Hey, what's your self talk? Jabari is here from What's Your Self Talk podcast. And listen, I want you to download Anchor right now. Because chances are you're listening to this and you're saying, I got some things I want to share. I have some things that I've wanted to put in a podcast form. Here's the opportunity. Anchor is free. You can do it from your phone and you can be on all the different podcast stations all in one app. Okay. So what I need you to do is stop waiting. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Analysis paralysis. Do it now. You'll thank me later. What's your self talk? Hey, what's your self talk? This is Jabari coming to you with another episode of What's Your Self Talk. And this week I'm on the road. I am visiting my hometown, Houston, Texas, doing some work, and got up early this morning and wanted to just make sure I capture some things that I observed and that I think is very, very powerful and very helpful for, I think, you just moving forward in life. So this episode is going to center more around what's your self-talk, where it originated from, and how I pretty much moved into this space to continue to teach myself how to thrive, how to press, how to move forward, regardless of where I'm at or what's going on in life. And so this one I call mind over body. And the reason I call it mind over body is because we have to get to a point, and I say we, I'm talking about me first, but we have to get to a point where we are allowing ourselves to push past what our body is telling us. And a lot of that have to do with three things I'm going to share with you. But what you have to understand is that as we continue to experience this thing called life, we have to remind ourselves we are what we feed our minds. And to the extent we accept that and understand that, it's to the degree you will be able to really get more what you want out of life or not. And so if you do not agree with that, but you want to, then this is what you need to listen to. If you kind of struggle with understand, this is what you need to listen to. It's going to be short, but it's powerful, because I think this is what I found out over years, that this still remains true. And what's your self-talk came to me years and years ago. And maybe I'll share that story sometime later. But I think what's the first thing that you have to be able to do to push past what your body tells you? And so this morning, had nobody, family is at home, but knowing I needed to be able to get up early, as if I am at home, take care of my body, my mind, and that's through workout, that's through reading the word and personal development. And waking up at 4 o'clock is not easy, especially when you have every reason in the world to not have to wake up. At least that's one thing I had to press past. But then as I reminded myself, okay, I'm up and now I know what I need to do. So the first thing is your why. You have to have a why. And here's the thing. Your why is what you think or what you believe is going to make you a better you. So the very first thing I always think of is my family. I love them. I always want to become better husband, father, provider, spiritually. I want to be all those things. And so my ability to practice that is so important. But you have to identify what that means for you. Because when you don't spend time journaling, recording or speaking, or in some way, form, or fashion, putting it out there, and that's one of the things why I do Freedom Friday, because you need to be working towards something. To the degree you don't define and understand that, you can go through life, it's what Zig Ziglar says, a wandering generality. You have to be a meaningful, specific meaning. You need to know why you push, why you get up every single day. You don't just want to get up just to survive. You don't want to just get up just to make it by. You don't want to get up to be able to say, oh, here go another day. I hope this one don't end up, like yesterday or whatever. Because what you have to understand is that you are feeding your mind either the good or the bad. And your body responds to that. And majority of the time, we always are looking for those times when we feel like doing things. When I feel like doing this, then I'll do. When I feel like reading, I'll read. When I feel like working out, I'll work out. When I feel like going to this business meeting, I'll do this. When I feel like working, I will work. And the reality is even if you push past those moments, what you have to understand is, what are you telling yourself in that time? What are you telling yourself? I don't feel like working out, but I understand that me working out is going to not only, one, make me feel healthier, make me feel more confident in myself because I'm taking care of myself, doing the thing that I need to do to live longer, and then therefore that's going to encourage me to eat healthier. Because it's very rare you work out, have a good workout, and then you just want to eat bad. Very rare. Now, that's for me. I can't speak for you. But so what you're telling yourself in that time is that, okay, I don't feel like it, but what are the benefits? There are more benefits for me actually doing the very thing that I need to do as opposed to not doing it. And so you have to connect that. And you have to understand maybe why that is not encouraging to you. You have to dig deep. One of the things I learned early on is sometimes what is true and what is uncomfortable is not always what we need to act on. So it may be true and very uncomfortable to face, man, I'm overweight, or man, I'm not where I want to be in life. Man, I'm not where I want to be in my marriage. Man, I'm not where I want to be as a parent. All that may be true and it doesn't feel well. But when you just stop there and don't put it into action and do the things that's going to help you press forward, then that's when you go down that path even more. And that's when you get to a point where you doubt yourself and you're not confident and you don't do anything because you allow yourself to meditate on that for so long. So your why is so important because it points to what you're pressing towards, what you need to tell your body, like, no, we're going to do this. We're going to go to work and we're going to make ourselves be more productive. We're going to do things that's going to help us be more efficient. And as I say that, I look at, my little desk that I need to organize and need to do better. So I'm going to do that. But the reality is you have to have that personal conviction. And what you have to understand is as you understand your why, as you define your why, then you have to look at this next thing. You're going to have resistance. You're going to have resistance against any and everything. Your body, prime example, I like using workout because it's such a great example because it's your mind over your body. But you have to refuse to accept that I'm going to stop feeling so drained because I don't take care of myself or I don't eat well. So that resistance that comes is a good thing. When you work out, I play college football, and I love this analogy because it's so helpful. So when you work out, you always hit a point of resistance. So say you're running gashers and you're running back and forth, and you get to that point where you're like, man, I'm tired. And your ability to start thinking about things, whether it's your teammate, whether it's your parents, whether it's just that championship or whatever that thing is that drives you, and understanding this is why I'm pushing myself past those positions, you refuse to stop. You refuse to go past that resistance because the reality is that your why is strong enough. So you refuse to accept your mind to stop or your body to stop. Because the reality is the more as you push past that, the better you get. Because if you think about it the other way around, is how many times have you allowed yourself to say, you know what, I don't need to do that. I won't do that today. And then that goes into another day. And then that day leads into another day. That day leads into a week. then that week lead into a month, then that month lead into 2 months, 3 months, and then lead into a year. And then you look back, you're like, man, look at this. Look at where I'm at. It's the exact same thing. But now you're meeting resistance because you are doing the very opposite of what you've already used to. So say, for instance, going back to working out. I don't eat this. I need to get up early in the morning because I need to push myself to get better. And you refuse to not give in this time. And your ability to refuse consistency, just as you were consistent the other way around, your ability to be consistent moving forward is so important and it's so key because you are now allowing yourself to build that momentum. And what I think is now that you find that why and now you find that resistance, it's allow you to see your potential. Because the biggest thing is you beat yourself up in your mind and you have so many thoughts, you have so many things racing when you don't do the things you need to do. But when you start doing the things you need to do, regardless of what your body is telling you, how you feel, but you know this is a great practice, this is something mentally I want to impress into my mind so therefore my body can respond, then you start doing that consistently. And when you do that more consistently, you start getting to see what your potential is. And that is the most encouraging thing you can have. That is the most endorphins you're releasing upon yourself because you start to understand what a lot of people have been telling us, whether from the Bible, from a lot of motivational speakers. You start to experience the power of the mind. You start to get this encouragement, this self-confidence about you, as in, wait a minute, I can do that. I can be able to start this business. I can be able to provide for my family. I can provide another stream of income. I can be able to lose this weight. I can be able to eat more healthier. Therefore, I can feel more better mentally. I can become more mentally focused. I can do these things. And when you start believing that, that is the most powerful and encouraging thing ever. Doesn't matter what any motivational speaker, no matter what any speaker may say or anybody you listen to will say, even the negative people, and they come to you and they say something and you're like, I don't believe that, because I had a personal experience with myself by pushing myself because I understood what my why is, and then I understood how resistance worked, and therefore I start to see the potential I have in myself. And so I need you to take the time to just first identify what is why. What is your why? What does that mean to you? How do you define your why, and who are the people that you want to push for? Why do you want to push for them? What are the things you want to provide? And how can you find a way to remind you of that every single day? Not just when you wake up, but when those times are hard, when life gets difficult, when they want you to have very difficult conversations, or whether it's about social injustice or Black Lives Matter, or whatever it is, your why has to be stronger than what you're facing. And you can only have a strong why when you sit down and say, what do I want my life to mean? What is the legacy that I want to leave? So I want you to think about that. That hit me very hard all this morning. And I want you to press and start thinking, how can I have more control over my body? And it starts with my mind. And it starts what you're doing right now, putting the right information in your mind. Therefore, you can get to the results you want. Okay? So, it's a little bit how my mind works. My why, my resistance, and therefore my potential. But I believe this is very true for every single person. And we go through this every single day, regardless if we see it or understand it or not. And it's our job to continue to remain pressing forward and becoming the best version of ourselves. All right. So listen, thank you for listening. I'm going to have more episodes coming forward talking about real estate and our new project. I'm going to have courses coming out soon. So definitely stay close for those who have wanted to get into the real estate and do more investing. Keep listening as I'll start slowly but surely start rolling things out. If you wanted to learn more, I had a posted yesterday and had a lot of people reach out saying, hey, definitely wanted to be part of the trial beta test. And so real estate is obviously, as you know, me and my wife have grown a investment business and constantly growing, and now about to start building ownership, as we talked about last week, and dive into that last week episode if you want to learn more. But listen, thank you for listening. I want you to share this. I want you to subscribe to this. This is just going to be every week. I'm going to come to you and I'm going to share with you ideas, give you questions that's going to push you, and it's going to allow you to see your potential. Okay. So thank you for listening. As always, I want you to move through life, and I want you to ask yourself that one question. What's your self-talk? Thank you for listening.